Hello students. So in your DBMS unit 2 already we have learned direct file organization as well as we have learned sequential file organization, index sequential file organization and direct file organization. Okay, so in previous video classes we have learned more about the direct file organization using different mathematical function, that is the hash function. So today we'll discuss more about the direct file organization with its advantages and disadvantages. Okay, before going to study the advantages and disadvantages, let us discuss what about the what we have learned about the direct file organization. This is your direct file organization. Okay, it's the direct file organization. So, in direct file organization is also known as random access file organization or relative file organization. This is also called as relative or random file organization, because randomly we can have searching operation, randomly we can create, randomly we can update, randomly we can delete, we can access any record, any information from this type of file organization randomly. Sometimes it is called as a relative file organization. Okay, so in direct access all records are stored in a direct access storage device. So far we are using direct access storage device for this organization, or this file organization. We are using direct access storage device. The device here supports to directly access information from the file. Okay, so just like your hard disk, like your example, your hard disk. Okay, example, your hard disk. We can use hard disk where randomly we can have access mechanism, randomly we can update, randomly we can insert information or data into the file system. Okay, so such a the records are randomly placed throughout the file. So here records, those are going to be stored in this hard disk that can be stored randomly. Also another point will be records can be stored randomly. Okay, records can be stored also randomly. Okay, so records do not need to be in sequence. All records don't require to be stored in sequence. Okay, so they are updated directly and regardless back or rewrites back in the same location immediately access to the large amount of information. So in random access we can store records randomly or directly also. Now also directly we can fetch information from the file from this file or this type of file organization. Any type of manipulations can be done randomly. For this we are using a random access storage device like your hard disk. Okay, so here sequential is not required. We are not going to store sequential. Okay, we are not going to store sequential, and also we can have immediate access. Immediately we can fetch the information from the file. Immediately we can fetch the information from the file. So it is used to in accessing large database. So we can easily retrieve information from a large database file because of this is random. So we can easily retrieve easily retrieve records from large database. Whenever large database is used, for that we can use this direct file organization. Okay. So it allows data to be retrieved quickly in a random manner, regardless of the way in which data were originally stored. So records are stored randomly, and there is no effect how we are storing data. Okay, how we are storing data in the file, but very quickly access. Most important is quickly access. We can access records very quickly access of records from large database file. Sorry. Okay, so very easily we can access records from large database file. So no effective or regardless how data are stored in the file. Okay, so in this method the unique key, one unique key is used. One unique key is used. A unique key is used. That is used to organize the files. Okay, and that is converted directly to the memory address. So this unique key is used, and by using hash function, in the previous video class already we have learned this unique key has to convert it to memory address, memory location or memory address. So for this we are using hash function. Means a hash function is used in direct file organization. Normally this hash function accepts a key value, okay, a key value, and that key value mathematically converted to the memory address or a memory block location by using this hash function. So in the previous video classes we have learned there are several methods, several popular methods of hash functions like mid square method, folding method, all the things. Okay, so this is all about the direct file organization that we have learned in our previous classes. Okay, so question that suppose question will be explain direct file organization with its advantages and disadvantages. So these points must be followed while answering this type of a question. So direct file organization. So this is all about the direct file organization. Now we will discuss about the advantages. What are the merits or advantages by using this direct file organization? That thing we will discuss today. So every type of file organization has a specific significance. Okay. Apart from this advantage, there are some disadvantages. Every type of file organization must have advantages, disadvantages, some limitations. So today we will discuss, now we are going to discuss about the advantages. What are the important advantages we are getting from this direct file organization? Advantages of this direct file organization. So in direct file organization, one thing is that we can search randomly. Okay, we can search randomly very fast. Okay, so access the desired records can be accessed immediately. So first point we can again write immediately. We can access records. We can access desired records immediately. Okay, any records that can be immediately, directly we can access. Okay, so here sorting of records are not required. Another advantage will be sorting of records is not required at all. So sorting is not required. We don't require to keep records in a sorted manner. That does not require in case of diet file organization. So it helps on online transaction process system. So the most helpful in next point will be very helpful for online transaction online transaction processing system. Online transaction processing system. Okay. Online transaction processing system. So while we are having online transactions, okay, for the online processing, it is very helpful. Like your railway reservation system, online railway reservation system, or Indian railway reservation system, Indian railway reservation system, online reservation. Okay, online railway reservation system, we are using this data file organization. So directly we can accessing or online transactions when required. We can use at that time the advantage the data file organization. That's another advantages. Okay. So next, if you think discuss about the next point, it updates several files quickly. So another advantage will be quickly updation. We can update very quickly. And quickly, immediately we can update the file when we are using data file organization. So records can be accessed immediately, quickly or immediately we can have update. It is used in online transaction process system, and here sorting of records are not required. So next point we will think about the it has better control over record allocation. So next point will be better control over record allocation. So records can be easily allocated very quickly. So it is better allocation. Okay. So it is better allocation of records. That is another advantages. Okay. So finally we can discuss it provides such type of flexibility in handling different inquiries. So it is more flexible. It is more flexible. It is more flexible in handling of inquiries. More flexible for inquiries. So while we are having querying process to access information from the file, it is more flexible, more user friendly, more reliable. So consider all these points. These points are the advantages of data file organization. So first of all, it is records can be accessed immediately. Immediately we can access records from this file, or sorting of records is also not required, and immediately or quickly we can have update operation, and it is better control over record allocation. Easily we can allocate records in the secondary storage device by using direct access device and the direct media, and also it is more flexible, more user friendly because of this hash function. We are using hash function, so that they are the important advantages. And also it is used in online transactions. Whenever online transactions are required, at that time we can use this data file organization. Okay. So this is all about the data file organization and its advantages. So though it has some advantages, it has some disadvantages also. Now we will discuss about the limitations. What are the disadvantages? What are the limitations of this data file organization? Let us we will discuss, and we will have some important points. Okay. Now see. Now see the disadvantages of this direct file organization. So first disadvantage will be we can have it does not provide backup facilities. This direct file organization does not provide backup. One disadvantage or limitation is backup facility is not there. So the records will be stored and again it will be immediately accessed, randomly you can access, but backup copy is not. It does not keep backup. That is the important disadvantages of this direct file organization. And it is also expensive. It is also expensive and complexity. So it is expensive and complex because it requires direct access storage media. It requires direct access storage media. Okay, sequential access storage media is very cheapest, and also we can have hash algorithm. A specific software is required, so that it is expensive and complexity because of hash algorithm is being used in direct file organization. So first thing is it does not provide backup facilities. Second, it is expensive and complexity. Okay, it is expensive due to direct access, due to you can add here due to direct access storage media. Due to direct access storage media. And complexity due to hash algorithm, different hash functions, due to use of different hash functions. So it is a complexity and expensive. Okay. So though it uses less storage space as compared to sequential file, though it may be considered advantages, it requires less storage space as compared to sequential access file, but during processing original record is replaced. During processing the original records are replaced. Original records are replaced by the updated records. By the updated records. So original records will be replaced, and also original records is destroyed. It is replaced. Original record is replaced and also destroyed, and also original records are destroyed. Okay, so original records is replaced by the new one, by the updated records, and also original records are destroyed, they are automatically lost from the memory. That's another disadvantages. The limitation is that original record will be deleted, automatically destroyed, automatically lost from the memory, and the original record will be replaced every time by the updated records. Okay, by the updated records. So direct access could present security problem for the organization. So it is a security process. For security process, it may be complexity or it may be create some problems. Okay, security problem may be there. Security problem. Problems may occur in this type, in this file organization, because there it is of course normally in multi-user environment. In a multi-user environment, so many users can access records, so many users can access information from the file system. So it requires a must security and protection process. So this protection process may occur. There is some problem. Some problem may occur while giving protection or security to the file. It may create some problem in this file organization. So this is all about the disadvantages. Okay. Again, most disadvantage is it doesn't provide backup facilities or backup copies, and due to use of this direct storage access media, it may be expensive, and due to use of this hash algorithm or special programs, so the complexity of this file organization will be increased. And also, while you are using direct file organization, original records will be replaced by the updated records, and the original records is also destroyed. Okay, original records are also destroyed from this type of file organization. And as we are having lot of users, several users are accessing information from this type of file organization, so security problem may be there. So security problem, so you have to give the protection process, strong protection process, and some security. So for that, there may be occur the problem concerned with this security for this type of file organization. Okay, so this is all about the data file organization with the advantages and disadvantages. So in data file organization, we are using hash function. So we are using hash function. This is hash function normally accepts a record key value, and that record key value mathematically is converted to the memory address, so that the information or record or related information are stored in that particular memory space. That memory space will be generated by using this hash function. Okay, so normally these mathematical or arithmetical functions accepts a record key value, and that record key value has to be converted or is converted to the memory address space to store the information or to fetch, to access information from the memory. So in this way we can describe the advantages and disadvantages or limitations for this direct file organization. Okay, so watch this video thoroughly. We can easily create, and this is most important for you, because direct file organization, in direct file organization we can use hash function. This hash function converts the memory key value to a memory address or memory block, so that we can directly access or quickly, instantly we can get the result from this type of file organization. So overall, now we finished all about the direct file organization with the advantage and disadvantages. With this, it ends with the Unit 2 database management system. So sequential file organization, index sequential file organization, and direct file organization. As per your syllabus, these 3 important file organizations are there. So go through all videos that I have sent you, and the description of this direct file organization with the advantage and disadvantage will be sent on your group. Okay, thank you for watching this.